David McGuire is going to be talking to you about how to be interesting. David's company is called Lungfish. He's the managing director of this new company. And I'd just like to give you some true facts about David before he takes the stage. Lungfish is a company that provides copywriting and marketing advice. He's spent much of the last 10 years making boring subjects interesting. He has saved 27 lives using Twitter. Last summer, he spent 2 days on a boat with Brad Pitt. He's appeared on the front page of the Wall Street Journal talking about Cadbury's cream eggs. I'm interested. I hope you are. Please welcome from Lungfish, David McGuire.
That's all true. Every word of it. Now, I don't know about you, but when I come to a networking event like this one, the people that I remember afterwards are the ones where I've had just a really interesting, engaging, stimulating conversation, even if it's not actually about something that's to do with my business at that time. I remember 3 or 4 years ago, I met Deborah. Where is Deborah? Oh, she's hiding in the corner. I met Deborah, then from Headland Accountants, now from Harland. And I just remember that we had this just really interesting chat about the high number of startup businesses that she happened to be seeing at that time and the potential that was there and how exciting that was for her. Then skip forwards to this summer just gone, when I needed an accountant when I was starting my business, and I needed someone that I knew I could have a decent conversation with and who'd be able to speak English and had experience in dealing with startup businesses. Who do you think I called? When you're interesting, it makes you, memorable. That's the thing. But going beyond that, if you're able to articulate something that's really interesting about yourself, you can actually benefit from networking when you're not even in the room. To give you an example, I don't know if any of you know, there's a business down on the Lizard called Fourth Element. They sell scuba diving equipment to the FBI. Now, absolutely true. And you couldn't make it up. Now, all of you know that now because they were interesting enough that I used them as an example. What you get when you're looking to harness, if you can find interesting stories to tell, is that you then get all the power of gossip on your side. And not even just at events like this, because you've also got social media. And what's Twitter and Facebook, if not a great big industrial strength gossip engine? Okay, how do you do it? Well, the first step, very important, is each one of you believe you are interesting. Yeah, keep the cards for later. Each one of you has insights, has experience, has stories, has anecdotes that are uniquely your own. But if you don't believe that, if you don't believe in yourself, why would anybody else do it? I meet so many people in business that are convinced there's nothing interesting about them. And I want to shake them. I want to say, why do you get out of bed in the morning? You know, because there's got to be something that excites you, isn't there? What is that? You know, that's your strength. Give you an example, because there's always an angle. I've been working 10 years finding the interesting thing in apparently boring subjects. I've met a guy who runs an engineering company down in Redruth. And what they do is they drill very precise holes in very hard pieces of metal. Now, if you ever needed a subject that was literally boring, that's what they do. Now, I said to this guy, I said, okay, so what's this stuff get used for? Oh, we sell it to a company that makes widgets. All right. What do they use it for? Oh, they sell it to a company that makes pumps. Okay. And what happens then? Oh, they sell it to a company that makes fuel systems. And somewhere in the back of my mind, as a little light goes on, I'm thinking, oh, hold on. Might have something here. Okay. What do they do with it, the fuel system? Oh, they sell it to Rolls-Royce. Oh, yeah? They put it in a jet engine. What, really? They put it in the Eurofighter. That is a £64.8 million piece of kit. That will do 2.5 times the speed of sound, and parts of it were made on an industrial estate outside Redruth. Absolutely true. The trick is, for finding these stories, it's asking the questions. And it's digging. Because you believe that there's something interesting, because you know that you're unique, it's because you believe, you dig. Now, what I'd like us to do is to have a quick go, actually. You've got your cards that are in your mysterious envelopes. Now, what I'd like you to do is find somebody, ideally somebody you don't already know really, really well, and just literally for 1 minute, 2 minutes, just ask each other questions. Try to find something that just sparks your interest. See what you come up with. Have a go. Thank you. For the benefit of people watching the video at home, if you want to email me, I'll send you the questions and then you can play along. So if you want a copy of the questions, email david@lungfish.co.uk and then you can join in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Can I ask, if you've just heard something in a very brief conversation, if you've just heard something that has in any way surprised you, could you put your hand up, please? Okay, or if there's something that's interesting enough that you might tell someone else, or something that is interesting enough to make you want to ask a follow-up question. Could you show your hands? What did you find, John?
Yeah, I found that Kirsty here from Barclays Bank, who are very good bankers, by the way, everybody. She's going to pay me later. Professionally has worked with some less than reputable people who shall remain nameless.
Less than reputable bankers? Who'd have thought it?
Yes, but this is not an evening to bash the banks.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share what they found out? There's a gentleman over here. I'm sorry, I've sent you right across the room.
I'm hoping this is going to be unique. We did a website for a small company that were making vibrator covers. So if anyone can beat that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we could go on, but we're very short on time. There are people here that have coached members of the UK bobsleigh team. I mean, seriously, John Candy in Cool Runnings. There are PA who does reflexology. There's all sorts of cool stuff here. When I do this in workshops with people, the thing that I find very often is that the most interesting thing that the person heard is not what the person who was speaking thought was the most interesting thing they said. Often, what you think is most interesting about yourself is not. So listen to the other people. That's the third step in being interesting. Look to pick up cues from people, particularly when they ask you a follow-up question. Because there are two ways to bore somebody. One is to act like you've got nothing interesting to say, and two is worse, to act like everything you have to say is interesting. So listen, get feedback. Having an interesting conversation takes two. It's, some ways it's like rugby or rowing or sex. Really, it's a team sport. Anyway, I'm out of time, but later, please do keep the cards. They're a gift to you, and if you want to use them later in the networking, have some fun, that's super. If you found out anything that's interesting, my email address is on the back. I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much.